Most guys completely miss the signs when a woman is falling for them. They're so busy trying to impress her, trying to decode every text, trying to figure out if she's interested that they walk right past the moments when she's already lost in her feelings for you. And here's what's wild. When a woman is genuinely falling hard, she doesn't always make it obvious. In fact, sometimes the deeper her feelings go, the more subtle the signals become. But there's one sign that psychologists say is so powerful, it's almost impossible to fake. And when you see it, you'll know with absolute certainty she's fallen hard. I'll reveal it at the end. And it's not what you think because she's protecting herself. She's scared. She's hoping you'll notice without her having to spell it out. I'm going to show you the psychological signs that reveal she's not just interested, she's invested, she's caught feelings, and she's quietly hoping you feel the same way. And I'll also show you the one mistake that makes her hide these feelings completely, even if she's madly in love with you. Most men make this mistake without even realizing it. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what to look for, the behaviors most men completely overlook, the signals hiding in plain sight. And when you see them, you'll realize she's been screaming, "I'm falling for you," without saying a single word. So, let's start with the most misunderstood sign of all, the one that makes men think she's pulling away when she's actually pulling herself together because you make her nervous. But before we get there, you need to understand why your brain is literally programmed to miss these signs and why that's actually protecting you from something worse, why you're missing the signs, and why your brain wants it that way. Picture this. She laughs at everything you say, but when you look at her, she looks away. She texts you first, sometimes, but her replies seem careful, thought out, like she's editing herself. She agrees to hang out, but she seems nervous when you're alone together, almost fidgety. You think maybe she's just being friendly. Maybe she's not that into you. And you start pulling back because you don't want to misread the situation. Here's what you don't realize. That nervousness, that's not disinterest. That's her trying to hide how much she actually cares. But here's where it gets interesting. According to relationship psychologists, there's a neurological reason why men can't see these signs, and it has to do with how male and female brains process emotional information differently. Because here's the psychology most men never understand. When a woman is casually interested, she's relaxed, playful, flirty even. But when she's falling for you, when the feelings are getting real, she gets careful. She second guesses herself. She doesn't want to come on too strong and scare you away. Why? Because the stakes just got higher. She's not playing anymore. This matters to her now. And here's the part that sounds crazy, but is backed by research. When her feelings cross a certain threshold, her behavior actually starts to look like disinterest. It's a defense mechanism, so powerful that even she doesn't realize she's doing it. And that shift from casual to careful, that's not her losing interest. That's her trying not to lose you. Women are wired to protect their emotions, especially in a world where vulnerability can feel like weakness. So when she starts developing real feelings, her brain goes into defense mode. She analyzes every interaction. She replays conversations. She asks herself, does he feel this too? Or am I about to make a fool of myself? But there's something even more fascinating. Neuroscientists discovered that when a woman falls deeply for someone, a specific part of her brain lights up, the same part that's active during obsessive-compulsive behavior. Yes, she's literally obsessing over you at a neurological level. And all of that internal chaos shows up as behavior that looks like hesitation, but it's not hesitation about you. It's hesitation about revealing how deep she's already in. So, if you're wondering whether she's falling for you, you can't just look at what she says. You have to look at what she does when she thinks you're not paying attention. Because there's one behavior that women do when they're alone that reveals everything. And if you've ever wondered what she does when you're not around, this will blow your mind. We'll get to that in a minute because that's where the truth lives. And that's exactly what we're about to break down. The real signs she's falling hard that nobody talks about. Before we dive in, do me one favor. Hit that like button if you're ready to finally understand what's really going on in her mind. Because 87% of people watching right now haven't subscribed yet. If you're serious about understanding female psychology, that subscribe button is right there. What's coming next is going to change how you see everything. Let's go. Sign number 1. She remembers everything. But it's not just what she remembers, it's when she brings it up, and I mean everything. That offhand comment you made 3 weeks ago about your favorite childhood snack. She remembers the story you told about your dog when you were 12. She's got it stored. Most people forget the small stuff, but when a woman is falling for you, she's collecting pieces of you like they're treasures. Why? Because you've become important to her. Her brain is subconsciously cataloging every detail because she's building a complete picture of who you are. But here's what psychologists discovered. The timing of when she brings these memories up reveals how deep her feelings actually are. And there's one specific moment when she'll mention something you said weeks ago that confirms she thinks about you constantly, even when you're not together. And here's the kicker. She'll bring these details up later in the most casual way, like it's no big deal that she remembers your mom's name, your favorite movie, or that random thing you said you wanted to try someday. That's not coincidence. That's investment. Sign number 2, she finds excuses to be near you. But there's a pattern to it that most men never notice. Not in an obvious way. She's not throwing herself at you, but somehow she keeps showing up in your orbit. If you mention you're going to a certain coffee shop, suddenly she's there too. If you're at a group hangout, she gravitates toward your side of the room. She volunteers for the same projects, takes the same route, and when you're together, she positions herself close to you. Close enough that you could reach out and touch her if you wanted to. But here's the crazy part. Researchers tracked women's proximity patterns when they're falling for someone, and they discovered there's a specific distance she maintains. Not too close, not too far. And that distance reveals exactly how scared she is of her own feelings. This is primal psychology. When humans are drawn to someone, we unconsciously reduce physical distance. We want to be in their space, in their energy. She's not consciously thinking, I need to stand within 3 feet of him. Her body is just naturally pulled toward yours. And there's one specific body position she takes when standing near you that relationship experts say is the ultimate tell. I'll reveal it in just a moment. But first, you need to understand sign number 3. Because this one contradicts everything you've been told about attraction. Sign number 3, she gets nervous around you in a specific way. And it's the opposite of what pickup artists teach. Not the I'm. Uncomfortable nervous. The you make my heart race nervous. She might play with her hair more, touch her neck, fidget with her jewelry. Her voice might go slightly higher or softer when she talks to you. These are self-soothing behaviors. Her nervous system is reacting to you and she's trying to calm herself down without you noticing. But here's what sounds insane. Body language experts say if she does one specific gesture repeatedly when talking to you, she's not just nervous. She's actively fighting the urge to physically touch you. And most men interpret this gesture as disinterest. Because here's the truth. When a woman feels safe but excited around you, her body betrays her feelings before her words ever will. Now, before I reveal that gesture, you need to understand something critical. There's one phrase women use when they're falling hard that sounds like she's friend-zoning you, but it actually means the complete opposite. If she said, this phrase to you, she's already emotionally invested. Keep watching because I'll tell you exactly what that phrase is. Sign number 4, she's invested in your opinion. But pay attention to what she asks about. She asks what you think about things that matter to her. Her career decision, her new haircut, the book she's reading, and when you give your opinion, she actually considers it. She doesn't just nod and move on. She thinks about it. Sometimes she even changes her mind because of what you said. This is huge because it means she values your perspective. She's letting you influence her world, and that only happens when someone matters to you deeply. But psychologists notice something disturbing. There's one topic she'll ask your opinion on that reveals she's already imagining a future with you. And when she brings up this topic, she's testing whether you see that future too. Most men give the wrong answer without realizing it. The one sign that confirms everything. Now, remember at the beginning, I mentioned there's one sign that's almost impossible to fake. The one that confirms with certainty she's fallen hard. Here it is. She starts caring about your well-being more than her own comfort. She'll drive across town to bring you soup when you're sick. She'll cancel her plans if you need someone to talk to. She'll defend you even when it costs her socially. This is what psychologists call costly signaling. She's willing to sacrifice her own comfort, time, and energy for you. And humans only do that when the emotional investment is deep and real. When you see this, she's not falling anymore. She's already fallen. And here's that body position I mentioned earlier. When she's standing near you, if her feet are pointed directly at you, even when her body is turned away talking to someone else, that's her subconscious revealing where her attention really is on you. And that phrase that sounds like friend zoning, but isn't. It's when she says, "You're so important to me," or "I don't want to lose you." She's not putting you in the friend zone. She's terrified of losing you because her feelings are getting too deep. And that mistake men make that causes women to hide their feelings. It's when you don't reciprocate the small gestures, when she remembers something about you and you don't acknowledge it, when she opens up and you change the subject that tells her it's not safe to show how much she cares. What this all means. Here's the thing. When a woman is falling hard for you, she's navigating a minefield of emotions: excitement, fear, hope, vulnerability. She wants you to notice, but she's terrified of you not feeling the same way. So she leaves breadcrumbs, subtle signs, hoping you'll pick up on them without her having to risk complete rejection. And if you're seeing multiple signs on this list, she's not just interested, she's in deep. She's past the point of playing it cool. Her heart has decided you're worth the risk. Now, the question is, what are you going to do with that information? Because if you feel the same way, don't make her wait forever. Don't make her wonder. Give her a sign that you see her, that you're falling too. And if you want to know the exact words to say that will make her feel safe enough to reveal her true feelings, I've created a follow-up to this video that breaks down the psychology of emotional safety. You can find it in the description below. And if you're not feeling it, be honest, be kind. Don't string her along just because the attention feels good. Either way, you now have the clarity most men never get. You can see what she's been trying to show you all along. If this resonated with you, drop a comment with the word "thank you" so I know you're paying attention to what really matters. And hit that subscribe button because next week I'm revealing the dark psychology technique women use when they're trying to make you fall for them. You won't want to miss